All right.
Great.
Beautiful. Well, hello, everyone. We're going to get started here shortly. So,
And
welcome, welcome.
contrary to my suspicious comment that the live stream is not gonna happen from one click, it just did.
Of course, it's going to happen right away. Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We will get started here shortly. We're just welcoming everyone in. Hope everyone had a fabulous holiday. Can't believe that it's almost the end of the year,
Yeah.
and we're
Mhm.
going to be moving into 2026. It's
Yay.
right around the corner, and the festival is right around the corner. So that's very exciting as well.
Hmm.
So, welcome everyone who's joining us. If you're joining us here live in our Zoom room, would love to hear where you are from. If you want to type in a hello and where you're from in the chat, we would love to hear from you, and we will get things started here in just a couple of minutes. So, welcome, 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 everyone. And there is Lucretia from Sofia, Bulgaria. Yay. And Jim from Maryland, Tennessee.
Oh, I'm gonna put
Or
mine on.
Maryville, Tennessee. And Veronica also from
Mhm.
Sofia. Yay.
Mhm.
And Avida from Greece. Welcome, welcome. It's one of the things I love about human design is that we are from all over the world, and Bombaji is here from the UK. Welcome, welcome. I'm here from Denver, Colorado. Welcome, welcome, everyone. We will get started here in just a moment. Blanca is here from the Czech Republic. Welcome, welcome. Beautiful. And again, we will get started here just momentarily. I think we have a minute left here, and then we will jump in and get started.
We should have a little countdown clock in the corner. Drum roll.
Click, 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 click.
Screen it.
I
Get
was
it.
just
Oh,
Get
about to
or a
use
big ball, like they have
Yeah.
on New Year's in Times Square. Hello, Andre from Germany. Beautiful. And Hein from Amsterdam. Again, I love that we're all from all over the world. This is fabulous. Thank you all for being here. And it looks like we are at the top of the hour. So we're going to get started here. Give me one moment. I'm going to just show my screen just to get us started, and then we will jump in. So give me 1 second here. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. And we will start from here, and we will go from here. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, hello, hello, and welcome everyone to the International Human Design Festival and Immersion. This is the Voices of the Festival. My name is Karen Sherwood, and I am your host. And we have two amazing speakers today. We have Bombaji and Blanca, who are going to be talking about the science and the art of the year-end reflection. So we are going to be exploring the 4 steps, maybe even more than 4 steps, the 4 steps to guide your completion of the year. So welcome, welcome to everyone who is here live in our Zoom room. Welcome to everyone who is watching us live on Facebook. It is so great to see each and every one of you. Hopefully, you had a fantastic holiday. And again, we welcome you to exploring the completion of this year. So, as 2025 is drawing to a close, again, it is really hard to believe that 2026 is only just a few days away. So, as we approach the end of 2025, it's also very important that we explore the importance of closing a cycle correctly. And this is true for any type of cycle, whether it's a cycle of a project or a relationship or a course of study, or in this case, what we're going to be talking about today is the calendar year. So, how you close the chapter matters. So, again, if a cycle ends in frustration or confusion or bitterness or disappointment, you don't just leave those feelings behind. If you don't close them out, if you don't complete them, you unknowingly carry that frequency into your new beginning, and you end up with one foot in the past and one foot in the future, unable to move forward with clarity and the strength that you really truly deserve. So, today we're going to be exploring the 4 steps to guide your completion, really to complete your past year, 2025. And for many of us, 2025 has been quite challenging. So, we want to make sure that we're completing this past year correctly so we can fully step into the new year. And contrary to popular belief, January 1st is actually not the new year. January 1st is the beginning of the completion process, which on January 21st and 2022, depending on where you are on the planet, of course, is where the new year actually begins. And this is the reason for the International Human Design Festival and Immersion, where we really get to come together and start the new year together in celebration and learning and connection. So today we're going to explore the 4 steps to guide your completion of the year so you can fully join us as we begin this new cycle at the Human Design Festival and Immersion this year in 2026. So, again, let's explore the science and art of the end of the year reflection with our 2 amazing guests, Bombaji and Blanca. So, we're going to start, first of all, just by saying a quick hello to our speakers and also our festival organizers. Uh, and would love to just briefly hear from each of you, just a quick hello and where you're broadcasting from, and then we will dive into the topic. So let's start with Bombaji. Bombaji is a 2-4 projector or advisor in BG5 terms. She is a human design and rave cosmology specialist who shares the mysteries of the universe through the mystical cosmic fairy tales. So, Bombaji, would love to hear you just say hello and where you're broadcasting from.
Hello. I'm currently broadcasting from the UK. I'm in Surrey, just outside of London, and yeah, here for Christmas.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, welcome, Bombaji. Can't wait to hear what you share today. And let's go to Blanca. And Blanca is a 3-5 generator or builder in BG5 terms. She is a master of combining human design with body-based work and systemic coaching. So, Blanca, please say hello and where you are broadcasting from.
Thank you, Karen, for your enthusiasm you bring in. And hello, I'm here in Czech Republic, and I'm very open to what happens next.
Beautiful. It is so great to have you here, Blanca. Beautiful. And of course, we want to also hear from our beautiful event organizers. Again, they truly have put their heart and soul in making this entire festival both transformational and exciting and a one-of-a-kind experience for all of us. So let me introduce Veronica and Lucretia, and I would love to see if both of you would just like to say a quick hello. So let's start with Veronica.
A quick hello, everyone. We're really putting our heart in this event, and we're so excited. It's coming close, and with those turbulent times, it will be like an island of heaven, which we're trying to kind of organize for all of us to meet and just be together and prepare for the new reality and enjoy.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so, so much, Veronica. And Lucretia.
Apart from fighting a very unpleasant virus, I'm very happy. My spirit, I may be sick, but my spirit is thriving.
And what a sexy voice.
Oh, yeah. Is it? I think it sounds awful, but if you say sexy, then it's good. So yeah, guys, I'm really over the moon with organizing the festival. I have been a part of it before as a volunteer, as a speaker, but never as an organizer. So yeah, 2025 brought me this experience. Um, yeah, it's quite a roller coaster, and yeah, I'm really, really happy in my heart.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lucretia. And again, thank you, Veronica and Lucretia, for all the work that you have been putting into making this festival an incredible, incredible experience. Fabulous. Well, without any further ado, we are going to jump into our topic. And for those of you who are live in our Zoom room, I encourage you to comment, or if you have any questions, please feel free to put that in the chat. So we would love to hear from you, and we'll have hopefully a little bit of time at the end to explore if you have any questions to ask our panelists as well. So, to jump in and get everything started, I'm going to turn the stage over to Bumbaji. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, if you will, the four stages, the process of really completing this past year so we can fully step into the new year. So, Bumbaji, take it away.
Well, thank you, Karen. And this is a very exciting time of year. I love looking at these New Year gates because they are so important, and there's so much pressure at this time of the year, which we'll see as we go through and look at these gates. But as a society, there's a pressure to perform in a certain way, and to make our resolutions, and to, go out and have fun. You've got to have fun around this time of year. And it's really quite an exhausting place to be. And so when I started looking at these New Year gates and actually the energy that they hold, it all became so much more sane, actually. And I sort of stopped doing the big party thing, and passing out at railway stations at 3 in the morning and waking up thinking, what the hell happened? Where did I go last night? And actually getting into that place of like, okay, now this is a time for actually reflection. This is a time for assessment. This is not a time for putting a lot of pressure on myself and make these New Year's resolutions. So, yeah, and as you said, Karen, closing the cycle correctly is a big feature of this time of year. It's sort of looking at the chapter that's been in order to really prepare ourselves for the chapter that's coming. And the better prepared we are, the more we can meet the new cycle as ourselves. And that's really a lot of what it is. We meet it from that firm foundation of having checked in with everything that's been up to this point in the last year. And so, although there are four steps, and it is the four gates between sort of Christmas and then leading up to the Rave New Year, it's a wheel, of course. Is, we're looking at the mandala. We can't take everything out of context like that. And so I generally, when I look at this, I like to start with gate 58, actually, which is what we're in at the moment and what we celebrate Christmas through. And 58 is the joyous. It's the gate of aliveness and vitality, and it really sort of brings everything into a really wonderful focus before we start stepping into what can be quite, a tense time as we move into the fighter and the ambition and so on as we go around. So it's just bringing that joy. It's a love gate, gate 58, the love of life, the love of the correction and the judgment of life, and all of that that goes with that, the sort of the criticism of it. And we do feel a little bit of that energy at Christmas. It can be a very intense time when we're with our families, if that's where we go with that sort of celebration. So the 58 starts to lay the groundwork. And then we move into what is seen as the first gate of the New Year cycle, which is gate 38. And this is the fighter. And what we look at when we're looking at gate 38 is that the fuel for reflecting on what has been my fight this year. What have I found worth fighting for? And what has given me joy to fight? Where have I really looked into something and got my teeth into it and enjoyed it? And it's an individual energy, of course. So it is about what's my fight, what's been my joy, bringing into that. So it sort of has that flavor to it, and that's sort of what kicks off the beginning of the new year. And we start that on the 30th, so that's tomorrow. And in this hemisphere, we go into gate 38. So that's where we can really begin.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Bambaji. And I would love to hear, Blanca, what you would like to add to what Bambaji just shared.
She shared it so beautifully. So I'll just complete or add to it my experience that from my experience, what is happening and what I'm experiencing right now is also the gate 58. It brings me to really look back in the year of 25 and ask myself what what did I put my energy to, and did it bring me the joy, and how much joy I have, and how, what do I need to make different or correct to have more joy in my life in next year. And also it comes with the 38 that looks at the meaning of the life. Okay, do I do things that are meaningful, and what was really meaningful in the last year, and what I want to change in the next year, so it's even more meaningful and it brings me more joy. So these are the questions that I currently have very intensive in myself, and I kind of flow into it and let it change me inside, because the process right now that I am having is not very pleasant, in a way that I have to really tear myself out. My beliefs, they're kind of it's functioning inside, and it's the 38 gives me, okay, find that meaning in the life, and really puts me in the middle of asking myself what is meaningful and joyful in my life, and what will I keep, what can I keep, and what should I cut off.
Beautifully said. And what a beautiful way, again, to really, in a sense, start this completion process by taking a look at what both Bambaji and Blanca shared is, contemplating what are the things that brought me joy in the last year or not. And, what did I fight for with joy, and what brought purpose and meaning. I love that. And what a great reflection to really start this whole process of completing the year. So, as we continue, and so this is where we are now, and as we move into January, after we have the fighter, what's next? So, yes, Bampaji.
Well, next we move into Gate 54, which is, of course, a tribal energy, and it is the energy of the marrying maiden. And this is where we really have a sense of, okay, we're moving into something new. And yet, what have been my ambitions up till this point? Have my ambitions come to fruition this year? And then because it's tribal, we can ask the question of, well, who supported me this year? And who did I support this year? Because those are all the sorts of feelings that come through with the tribe, of course. And the pressure that we feel in 54, it's not just about the material plane, although we look at ambition very much in that way. But with the 54, we have the wonderful endarkenment, enlightenment, and we have that feeling of this is a spiritual transformation as well. This is an ambition on a spiritual plane as well as the material plane. So I'm rising up for my tribe, but I'm also rising up for in a bigger picture, to really say what's doing that. But a lot of that is around who are my allies, who've supported me, who do I support? And then we feed in, of course, the gate that we've just come from, as it's all everything being connected. So was there a fight for me to move forward in my ambitions? Did I have to really stand up for something, and did I have to really, or was there a fight in order for me to support somebody else? Did I fight my tribe in order to support whatever it was? All of these are different themes that we can play with, and of course it's individual to us. What was my experience is not necessarily going to be your experience. So these are just keywords that you can start to play with, that you can start to look at as we move through this cycle. And the 54 kicks in on the 5th of January. So we have a little while to go with that. We're still, the fighter before we get there. But yeah, it brings it all in together.
Wow. Wow. And I love how you tie it all together, Bambaji, as well, to really sort of tell the story of wrapping up this new year. Yeah, beautiful. And Blanca, I would love to hear your take on the 54 as we move into the 54 on January 5th.
Hmm. It's also fuel for goals. So this is the time where we can also ask ourselves, okay, what is the goal for the next year? What do I need to transform? Who with I can transform? Because it's really for me, we come to the time that we are not going to do it alone, and yet we are alone. So we have to fight alone for ourselves, but we do it together and support each other to really be able to transform what we need to transform to make it.
Wow. Yeah, so very interesting looking from, starting with the collective in the 58 and then moving, to the individual in the 38 and then again this tribal of this connection as well as we move into the 54. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Blanca. And
And
then,
sorry,
yeah,
can
please.
I
Yeah,
just
please, please.
I can't stress enough how important is it to support each other. We are not really alone in this way. We even what we do right now, we are kind of enriching ourselves on our views and expanding our knowledge and our consciousness to really being to able to transform, because to transform means we have to let go of the past and create
Mm.
our new self every minute of our life. So that's beautiful that you two, Lucretia and Veronica, are organizing the festival, because that's something wonderful. That's exactly it.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's such an important part, and such an important point, Blanca, is that, we're even though we're designed as individuals, we are here to connect and learn from each other. And I think that's exactly also what the festival represents and what we'll be doing there as well. Yeah, so beautiful. Beautiful. So we've gone through technically step one and step two. What is step three, Bombaji?
Well, step three takes us out of the root, but it keeps the pressure on because it takes us up into the head center. And we move into gate 61, which is my sun gate. So it's my personal favorite, gate 61. And we move in there on the 10th of January. And so we have as a pressure again, and this time it's a more mental pressure to answer those questions that are all about what is my truth? What is my own inner truth? Where have I looked for my own mystery this year? Have I kept some focus on my own mystery, or have I got lost in the collective? Have I got lost in the societal madness that we all get caught up in and the conditioning we all get caught up in? So we can bring a focus here on that inner truth, and then also bringing in that gate 54 is like, have I been supported on my journey as I go inward and find my inner truth? Who's allied with me to go on that path? And is there anyone that I have empowered, because it's individuality here in the 61? Have I empowered anyone to make that journey for themselves? And have I supported them on that journey? So again, weaving in all the different threads that we come in, and we can say, has this actually been my joy? Have I found love in my own corrective process as I move through what is worth fighting for? Where I've allied, have I supported myself? I mean, this is always quite a good question, because we tend to turn it outwards into who have my allies been and who have I supported? Have I supported myself as I've gone into my inner journey and found what for me is my mystery, my truth?
Mm, mm. So beautifully said. And Blanca, anything that you would like to add as we move into the 61? And that's what, January 10th? Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most of it was said so nicely. I'll just maybe say my experience. What I am right yesterday, I was thinking about it, is that we are so conditioned to think of what will make us satisfied, and happy living and everything. And I am coming through a process that asking myself, okay, what is really satisfying for me? What is really making me happy? What is my true? What is it really? And asking myself these questions. And here I am seeing that I have been following, sometimes I've been conditions, and I really need to make my new own true, inner true, to wait for my emotional clarity to find it. I don't know. So this is
Mm,
like the time, okay, how can I quiet my mind and listen to my inner truth? and really not force it. It's not nothing that can be forced. It's coming in pulses. So it's here when it wants. I cannot really force it. And do I have the patience to wait for this moment? Then it comes and I can follow it. That's a question for me.
That's really powerful. Thank you so much, Blanca. Wow. Wow. So we've gone through the first three. Now let's take a look at the fourth step, and there's probably even more steps beyond that as well. So Bambaji.
Okay, so yeah, we're looking at the inner truth now. We found our inner truth in gate 61, and we're now moving back down into gate 60. We're going back down into that root pressure again, and now we can ask the question: what is my inner truth? Does it bring me acceptance? Does it maybe bring me a limitation? Because this is where we are with gate 60, and 60 is on the 16th of January. I think we move into gate 60. And we know it's limitation, we know it's acceptance, and we can also reframe limitation as an opportunity. You know, we can maybe see our limitations, see our way through our limitations as an opportunity to do something different, because this is all about mutation, it's all about the change. But is there also a question of, once we accept our limitation, does that then open everything up? A limitation accepted is not a limitation anymore. It's then either an opportunity to move through, or it just disappears altogether. So where have we held ourselves back this last year? This could be something that we look at as we're doing this New Year contemplation. Where have I limited myself? Where have I refused to accept a limitation I've come up against? Or what limitations have I actually come against this year and accepted? And I've moved forward. Where have I empowered myself? Where have I empowered others to look at something as actually, do you know, that's not actually a limitation, is it? That really isn't. That's something that I can really work with. So, and again, we bring everything in with, like, where's the support structure been for us exploring our limitations? Have we been our own cheerleader? Is something that I look at. Have I really supported myself this year as I've gone through looking at what's important to me, what I've been fighting for, where my own truth is, and what I've seen as, no, I can't move past that. That's a wall for me. I'm not going there. And then, oh, actually, I can do that. So this is gate 60. This is where we can explore that role.
Beautiful. So that is January 17th, is that right?
16th, I
Or
think.
16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so January 16th, we move into the 60 and really that acceptance of limitation. And I love what you just said, Bambaji, of the really looking at limitation and how can we also, when we accept it, it no longer becomes a limitation, which is quite powerful as well. And yes, Blanca, I would love to have your insights on trait 60 as we move through 60, the middle of January.
The gate 60 is my big one because it's a part of my incarnation cross. So I know it very well, and I know this pressure to overcome the limitation, it's and it was very beautiful for me to understand that the limitations are okay, because I was like, all these limitations, and I wanted to fight them all, at the same time. And then I realized, but the limitations, they create my path. And that's what is beautiful, of accepting the limitations. Okay, this is what is my life. And of course, that the big limitation is that if I find this is not my inner truth and this is my inner truth, I am confronted with the way of how will I live with that new new inner truth that is coming, and what is limiting me for living it. Put it really in the life. And how can I be with it? And again, wait for it change by itself, not pushing it, not like, okay, so I found this my inner truth, and I have to do this. This is not the way to do it. It's okay. And I don't know how to live it. I really have to let the change to happen through me. This is what I learned. To really wait and see how it uncovers in the new year, because this is what I want to change. And it's all about having the guts for the chaos that will bring the change. The chaos is always something old is dying in you and something new is being born. And we don't know that new self. We are discovering it. And how we can discover it in a proper way, that means without pushing too much. Little push.
Mm. Oh, I love that. And especially, both with the 61 and the 60, that pressure of, just like you were saying, Blanca, that it's there and it's not there. It's there and it's not there. And you can't really push it. It just happens at its own time. So that's part of the surrender. That's part of the limitation, and it's part of the acceptance and letting go. And really being able to fully let go of what you were saying, Blanca, the old self, so you can fully step into, who
Mhm.
you are as your new self as you step into also the new year as well. Oh, I love
Yes.
that. Thank you so much, Blanca.
And I will be a lot, I will be trying to bring the experience of, holding this pressure and letting it work for us, not against us. That's
Yeah,
what's really important for me.
yeah. Beautifully, beautifully said. So now we've gone through the four steps, but that's not the end. What happens after the four steps of completion? And so, Bambaji.
Well, yeah, we're still in the route. We still have the pressure, and we now move into the gate 41. This is our start codon. This is the beginning of the rave new year. This is what it's all been leading up to in a way. And yet we're still in that pressure cooker of the root center. And the 41 is going to bring us out of, okay, we've looked at all of our limitations, although there's always another limitation. We accept the limitation. Oh, look, there's another limitation. But we always then can move into, but what's the dream? What is the dream that's going to come out of this path that we've followed that I can then take into my new experience that I can share with other people, because we're now back in the collective again, which is where we started in the 58. So we've got that sort of feeling of the dreamer, the driver for that new experience. What do I hope for myself in this new cycle? What's my fantasy for myself in this new cycle? What can I hold lightly without too much expectation, of course, because we want the experience. We're not really into the expectation in this gate. But can I also bring all of the potential that's out there, contract it down into gate 41, the gate of contraction, contract it into one dream, into one experience that I wish to share? Is that possible? Is that even necessary? But this is part of the process that we can go through. And we move into 41 on the 22nd of January this year.
Hmm. Hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's exactly when the festival is as well. So we're actually celebrating stepping into and really creating that dream as we're stepping into the festival as well. So I love that. Thank you so much, Bambaji and Blanca.
Hmm. Bambaji was talking about not having expectations, and I think we always have expectations. At least I have when I step. But I have learned that the most important is to let go of them. Okay, I thought this experience will be about this. Oops, it's not. So, how can I let go and really live the experience as it is? And I'm really looking forward to the 41 in January, because it's the energy of, oh, let's do it. Let's bring it to life. And yeah, it's a beautiful energy, and it comes with the pressure first, like and then the energy comes, oof. And shall we start the experience and learn and change? Let the experience change us. That's the
Hmm.
point in there.
Oh, I love that. And that's perfect for the festival as well, right? Letting the
Hmm.
experience of the festival change us is really what it's all
Yes.
about. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, very exciting. And I know Bambaji, you have it even beyond just the 41 as we continue to move forward into the year. And I would love for
Yes.
you to kind of wrap it all up as we step into the new year at the end of January.
Okay, thank you. Yes, and also on the back of what you said, that Blanca, which is so interesting and so really, it's right. We all have expectations, and it reminded me a little bit of what Pluto's been doing, going from the 61 to the 41 to the 60 to the 41, the 60. It's like, okay, so we've got our expectation, but that's actually a limitation to have an expectation. But then we can go back into our new fantasy, but then that's going to become an expectation, and it'll take us back to the 60. So we can also mirror that kind of journey that Pluto has been on as it moves finally into its 41 position, ready for the mutation in 2027. But what I was going to finish off with is like the sort of final gate in this process for me is moving into gate 19. And the reason I find that it's really an important way of closing the cycle is that 19 is still a root gate. And it brings us again the pressure to know, okay, what's going to support me? Because again, we're tribal here, but what's going to support me in my needs? What's going to support me in what I want to fulfill my fantasy or my experience of this new cycle? Is there something that I need, or is there something that I can sort of bring in here as a tribal theme? So it finishes it off here in that way. And what it also does is in the 19 is it then shows us that every single root gate has been present within this cycle of going from Christmas through to gate 19. Every single one of them, either as the sun or as the polarity. We've had the 58, and of course it's got the 52. And then we move into the 38, which is with the 39. And we've got the 53 with the 54. The 60 and the 61 don't really come into this one, but then we go back to the 60. Then we've got the 41, and then we move up into the 19. All of that pressure that we have that finishes off this year before we then move out of mutation, which I think is another really important part of this ending the cycles. We're still in mutation here. We haven't shifted out of the quarter yet. We haven't got into initiation and something really new until we've passed gate 19. And then we can move into initiation. So all of this time we're finishing off, we're closing off. We're what in a way what has died for us in this last cycle, what is no longer relevant for us in this last cycle, and this is how we can close it off. And with the 53 and the 54, they're part of the whole cycles, the cross of cycles. So it can bring in that energy of, okay, so I started something, and did I close it correctly? Is it still moving through? We've got the cross of tension is part of it as well at this time. I think that's absolutely fascinating. That New Year brings us the cross of tension and the cross of individualism with the 38, 39 energy. And it's just, it's a really interesting mechanic, the way when we move through these New Year gates, and I get very geeky about it. So yeah, anyway.
I so love it. Because it's really amazing how, in a sense, the universe sort of supports us in really closing down the cycle correctly so we can really truly move into a new cycle, fully ourselves and fully embracing whatever the new cycle is. And how important, like you just said, Bambaji, it is to close out that cycle, and to not close it too soon, right? There's still more time to close it out. And allowing that time and allowing that flow for the mutation to happen, to take hold, to pass through, so that ultimately, right, that we can really truly begin something new. And I love how you put all of those pieces together. It's just really beautiful. Thank you so much,
Thank
Bambaji.
you, Karen.
And yes, and I would love to hear, Blanca, if there's anything that you wanted to add to that. And then if any of you have any questions or additional comments, we would love to hear from you as well. So yes,
Yes.
Blanca.
I will add just a little thing because I was so like really it's fascinating and it's so funny when you look at it from the logic and you can have fun, Okay, these are all the pressures that are here now and we have to deal with it and we have to kind of find a way through. And what is about the gate 19, because I have the whole 1949 channel, is being sensitive. Is it really only pushing that I want this, I want that, I know, or can I be sensitive to what I need, what the others need? Can I really make a good deals about our needs? That's and how can we approach our needs in a way that it's supporting each other? And that's kind of my whole life learning. How do I do it? Keeping my individuality, keeping what I want for myself. And I think it's also what Bambaji was mentioning, that's the individuality versus the group and our loved ones and everyone that we are with.
I love it. And I love how both of you have really sort of tied it together and given us different perspectives of how this whole process works. I don't know, just to wrap everything up real briefly, and then we'll open it up. I don't know if there's anything that you want to say, Bambaji or Blanca, just to kind of tie all of those pieces together and what you would recommend for people as we go through this period between now and the end of January, moving into February. What would you recommend for people to really complete this process fully?
I would suggest just taking a step back and not maybe getting too involved in the pressure to go out and party or go out and make resolutions or go out and do something, but to sit with the pressure, because there is a lot of pressure, as I saw in the chat. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure at this time of year, and to use that as an internal fuel to really go through the process of looking at these gates and the questions as we've discussed them through going through this process of, what brings me joy, what am I fighting for, and so on and so forth, and through all of these, and just reflect, take the time to assess without pushing, without necessarily, forcing anything, because everything unfolds in its own time. We're following a wheel, there's no stop start to it. It's a journey that we're on, and there's no right, wrong. We can't get it wrong. So let's just sort of sink into it and feel what happens. And maybe we respond depending, obviously on who we are and what our type is. We respond to going out and partying. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not suggesting that at all. But it's just that feeling of what really supports us now with the energies that the universe brings us at this time of year is to sit with the pressure and reflect.
Beautifully said, Bambaji. And Blanca, what would you recommend?
Listening to Bambaji, I thinking of that we are making, or we used to in Czech Republic on our culture, we are making some goals for the new year, and I would suggest make them, but don't push on them. Just play with them, because maybe you can struggle in the new year, in the 25 and 1st of January and so on, until the energy is for the new beginnings. So just relax, don't push it, and also let the life change you, because it always will. It will not let you not to change and not to live yourself. It will push you to be yourself. And if you struggle with this push and with this life changing you, then it's going to be worse. So just, let the change, let the life take you yeah, through all these traits and qualities we have talked about. It will be there and it will change you. And if you are going with it, or you are kind of trying to hold on, okay, but I cannot let go of this because this was making my life safe or myself happy, and if I cannot let go, I will struggle more. That's what I learned. If it's okay, okay, I let go. I open to the new one, which is not like I don't know what's the new thing, but I have to open to it and wait. It will happen because it's there.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Blanca. Yes, Bambaji.
Oh, gorgeous. It is there, and you do let go into it, and that's I love that. Thank you. That's beautiful. I also wanted to answer what Lucretia put into the chat about the 1-3, that we go into a 1-3 profile as we start the new year. And where I think that sort of finds its place is because what we're doing in this part of the year is we're finding our foundation for what we're moving into. This is our first line. This is our investigation, our research into all of the qualities of these gates as we've been through them, and giving ourselves that really strong foundation to move into the new year. And yet we don't know what's going to happen there. We might have our ideas, and yes, as we've been saying, we hold them gently, we hold them lightly, and that third line is like, okay, what's it going to bring us? We really don't know. And if we can hold it, the lighter we hold it, of course, the better. The less problem it's going to bring us, or the less pain it's going to bring us. We don't know what we'll bump into. We don't know what's going to fall out of that. But what we do know is that something's going to happen. I think that's the most we can ever say, isn't it? But we're going into it with this strong foundation because we've done the work. And I think that can be the real gift of this time of year, and going into it with a sense of reflection.
I love that. And I love what both of you just said. You know, oftentimes we think the beginning of the year, creating those New Year's resolutions and those New Year's goals and trying to push it and force it. And it's really the opposite. It's really that allowing it to unfold. And I love what both of you said, like hold it playfully. And, you know, some may continue, some may fade away. But we can really step into the new year when we allow ourselves to complete the past year, play with the ideas of what may come, but not try to push or force it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you both so very much. This has been so enriching. And now I would love to open it up if anyone has any questions or any comments or anything that they would love to add. So let's start with Lucretia.
um, I was thinking about this aspect of the reality, which is that from 22nd or 3rd of December until 22nd of January, this period, we are actually in the sign of Capricorn, and this is the realm of Saturn. And this planet and its theme through Capricorn is about the past. It is about really taking, like, looking at our year cycle like a movie and really trying to feel where we neglected something, or where we had something important, but we were saying, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the time. So it is about the spirit, it is about reflection, and it is about finishing things rather than starting new things. It's the most inappropriate time in the year to start new things. And Saturn and Capricorn is also having this quality that is forcing us literally to look inside. And not only to look inside, but to feel where this is also the planet of depression, where we feel depressed, where we feel oppressed. It is because we have neglected something that is important to us, basically.
Yeah.
So this is also this time for uh, taking these important reflections into consideration. And I just want to add that every year when I have been doing very consciously writing in a notebook throughout these four gates, my awareness, my insights, it has been really making a great difference compared to when I have done those steps like so or not at all. When I really do them, like, it's quite something. It really helps to grow, to mature, to take the important pieces of wisdom of this experience and to move forward with lightness, not with a baggage on your shoulder. So this is what I wanted to share.
Yeah, beautifully shared, Lucretia. And I think that is, a great suggestion as well is to journal, is to write some of these things down that we've talked about today of things that you can reflect upon to really bring this entire past year to completion, especially if it's been a challenging year. And I know it's been a very challenging year for many people. To be able to write it down and complete it is really, really powerful. Thank you so much, Lucretia. And let's go to Veronica.
Actually, we have only Ilno Dagmar who also has a question. I would give preference to them, and then I'll
Yes.
go. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. So I think it's Dagmar or only, Dagmar. Would love to hear from you.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
The audio's a little bit off. There's a bit of a delay.
Uh, yes, I know. I'm in
Oh,
a
there, that's
very
much better. That's much better.
okay. I'd have a question to the festival. Is that okay too?
Yeah, please.
My inner authority, I had listened, I had followed you a bit, and my inner authority is clear that it would like to participate in one online one online offer. So my question is if it is possible to visit, purchase, buy, attend only one of those offers as a question to your inner authorities. And as I know that Veronica has an emotional authority, I wanted to give that in. Yeah, so it's a mixed question. Do you know what I try to say?
Yes, yes. Veronica, I don't know if you have anything to say to that.
I'm a sacred generator, so I'm not. I don't have emotional authority. We were definitely considering single lecture tickets, as well as one-day tickets. So please stay tuned. Maybe you will get that opportunity. For now, we stay with the full passes, and we will consider definitely this, especially now that you also ask. We like to listen um, to our people. So thank you for this question.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank
And
you so much, Dagmar.
yeah. And if I can add what I wanted to say about the
Please.
4 steps towards the end of the year. So I found it always very interesting that after New Year, all the energy was kind of down and a little bit um, yeah, melancholic. And I always thought before I knew about human design that people are just tired from partying and preparing for the holidays, looking for gifts and the whole thing. So after I realized what a gift actually it is to know that those are such important things, steps to consider in order to really close off um, on an enrichment of your solar year before we step into the new. And the other thing I wanted to add is about since Bambaji included all these other gates from the root, but I just wanted to add one more gate, and that's the 13th gate, which follows the 19th and which opens the quarter of initiation. And it's the gate of the listener. And it's at the beginning of the year, in February, at the beginning of the revenue year. So the gate of the listener lets us listen to maybe what might come in the new solar cycle. So it's very important 5.5 days as well to kind of tune in to what might be coming if we listen carefully enough.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Veronica. Fabulous. And I don't know if there's any questions in the forum or if there's
There
anyone who'd
are.
like to raise their hand and ask a question.
There are questions. Actually, there is one from Sane, or Zane. Does anyone have tips on how to observe these energies play out in society? I would love to be able to take a step back and create the helicopter view.
Ah, beautiful. Bombaji or Blanca, would either of you like to answer that question? Yes, Bombaji.
I guess what I would just say with that is to start small, start with your own circle or with your own family, your own community, and just start to feel into things like the tension. That can be a really easy one to spot almost because not only is it the 38 with the fighter, but we've also got provocation in because that's the Sun Earth configuration. So very often we can feel just after Christmas, people are a bit tired. They've maybe partied a bit, they've spent a lot of money, they've done whatever they've done, and they are now feeling a little bit tense, or they're going into the new year and they're not sure what they're going to be doing. So you can really start to feel a little bit of that provocation and that tension that comes out. And then once you've explored it there, then maybe you could pick up a newspaper and you can look at, okay, so what am I seeing in the world that is also reflecting this 38, 39 energy? There's sort of that tension that we need. We've got to have a certain amount of tension in our lives, but where is it actually playing out? Maybe in the not self, maybe through conditioning, maybe through the bigger picture. And you could take that through then all the gates and look at that. Okay, so where am I seeing now a story around the support of what's happened in the past year, and people coming out, maybe celebrities coming out saying, oh, so and so really supported me this year and it's been an amazing, that we start to see the themes of it coming through in the bigger picture when we're really looking for it, when it starts to come through. And another thing that we can do that can be quite helpful is always just doing the transit chart. So put our own chart against these New Year gates and then seeing, okay, so where is it giving me a channel? And then feeling into the energies of that channel. Or where is it bringing, a little bit of a compromise into my, or where is it highlighting something I've already got? So there are different ways that we can play with it.
Yeah, beautiful question. Anything that you would like to add, Blanca?
Not at all. I am
Yeah.
fully in my personal process.
Yeah, beautiful. And I hope that answered your question. And Bambaji, I think that's a beautiful way to look at it, kind of looking at it and feeling it for yourself within your own family or within your own community, and then taking a look at the news and seeing where those same themes show up. As well as what you said is, look at how the transit is affecting you personally as well, because that will highlight different things. It's going to be different for everyone. Yeah, beautiful. Any other questions or comments? Again, you can either type your questions in the forum, or if you are here live in our Zoom room, or you can raise your hand and we would love to hear from you as well.
Andre Cesario has a comment. Basically, it is after all about balancing aliveness with stillness, not only joy and aliveness. It is important to balance both elements during this period, in my perspective, a joyful stillness. And I also
Mm.
want to repeat Bambaji's words because I love them about, are we our own cheerleader? This is so important. And thank you, Bambaji. You're with a defined ego, and it's, 70% of the people forget to actually cheer ourselves. So it was such a good reminder. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. And looking at the relationship that we have to ourselves, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is also key. You know, we spend a lot of time looking outward, as you said earlier, Bambaji, that sometimes we don't have, or we don't look inward in those ways. And this is a perfect time to be able to do that. Yeah, beautiful. Anyone else? Yes.
I would like to share a picture that I have most of the time through our talk is that, when a baby is being born, there's a lot of pressure, and it's like this period of time, it is all this pressure. So the new life comes in, and that's what we are in. And whew, can we breathe through it to really let it born, let it be.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful analogy, Blanca. Thank you so, so very much. Beautiful. Well, if there are no other questions, I would love to, first of all, hear if there's anything both from Bambaji or Blanca that you want to say to wrap everything up. And then I would love to hear from Veronica and Lucretia in taking a look at the festival and how to join in. So let's start with Bambaji. Is there anything that you want to say to wrap everything up today?
Oh, just a huge thank you for this opportunity to talk about these gates, which are so special. Thank you very much for inviting me to take part in this, and thank you for everything you've created around the festival. I'm really excited to be part of it and to be in Sofia this time in a month. So it's really great. And all I would say as well is how I always say these things: just go gently. Go gently with your beautiful selves and love yourselves, and just know you're not fucking up. You're just living. It's all fine.
I love that, Mama G. Thank you so much. And yes, Blanca.
There's no more to add. It was really beautiful to have the opportunity to be with you, and I will not be in Sofia, and I am like I would love to, but next year.
But Blanca, you're
um,
so welcome to join.
I know, but I have promised to be somewhere else, and
Next year.
so
But we get to see you
yes,
online, so
yes, yes,
the
and
next best.
so wonderful to be around people that we go through a very like intense time, and it's so nice to be with people who have the same goal or aim to just find out how to live it consciously, and it's so great to have. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bambaji and Blanca. It has been a true gift and a true pleasure to hear both of your perspectives and really walking us into the new year. And speaking of the new year and speaking of the festival, I would love to turn it over to Veronica and what to expect in joining the festival. And would you like me to put the slides up as well?
Yeah, please.
Yes. All right.
Well, first of all, guys, see those lovely speakers that we just had tonight. You're gonna connect with them either live or online. And yeah, it's truly joy for us to have been organizing this festival. And I'm not gonna lie, it takes a whole village to support and bring these two events into reality. And we're so grateful to all the supporters we have and all the support we got, which we didn't even expect we're gonna get. Um, a high five and love you guys to all our volunteers who put so much heart and work to support us, because it's really a lot of work, and we do it with a lot of joy. But every evening we go with Lucretia at 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning to bed, completely exhausted. And it has been so much joy to create it, and we really love to share this joy with you guys. It's not the most easiest times right now in geopolitical or other from other perspective times. It's really turbulent times. We all have our challenges. Meeting all these lovely speakers from around the globe, interviewing them, we see that we all deal with kind of similar challenges. And it's such a great event to get together in a safe space where we can support each other and really experiment, and with trusted individuals who speak the same language, to be um, the most authentic version of ourselves, so we can easily transfer that to the real world, which can be a little bit judgmental to vulnerability or authenticity sometimes. But the times are really changing, and we cannot be one person from 9 to 5 and another afterwards. Even only if we look at social media, our future boss, for instance, can just go on social media and see who we are. So it makes no sense to hide it anymore. We just have to be authentic, because that's the new reality. And it's the only way to be to tap into our real mission here that we have on this world is just to be us. So guys, we would really love to have you, whether you come live or you come online. And yeah, it's an amazing experience for both of us. Lucretia will say for herself, but we learned so much. And also, one more thing I want to add, we've been experimenting with organizing the festival. So behind the scenes, we have several pentas, functional pentas. So we're really experimenting how this works. I don't know if I have to go into what is functional penta, but if you join the festival, actually, especially the second day, which is BG5 and OC16, you will find out more about that because it is the future of groups and how we interact with each other in a new reality, in a new way, because the tribal glue is going away, but still we're social beings and we're not here to be alone but to support each other just in a new, different way with a true spirit, which the 55th gate is about in the Sleeping Phoenix, finding true spirit through materialism. And thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Veronica. And the prices do increase January 1st. So wanted to make sure that you sign up. And there is still the uh, holiday special as well. So to get 7% off with the code Mary. And again, the prices will go up on January 1st. There's also different special tickets for both contributions, so you can add a contribution to the festival. There's also groups, especially business groups. If you have a group of 3 or 4 or 5, coming together and being a part of the group and also focusing in on the business aspect. You also get an exclusive 20% discount as well on a BG5 leadership or team overview analysis from one of our BG5 consultants. So this is a huge opportunity as well. It is at an incredibly beautiful, beautiful location and spa. So would love to have you there. And then there's also the opportunity to volunteer as well. So I believe that you're still looking for a few volunteers also.
Mm-hmm.
So volunteering is an option, and there is the VIP day, which also includes tours of Sophia. And I don't know how you say it. Plovdiv?
Plovdiv.
How do you say Plovdiv
Mm-hmm.
as well. And this is a full BG5 day with myself and Natalie. And Darshana is also speaking on the VIP day. And we have a lot of special things for you on the VIP day. So hopefully you will join us there as well. And I can't wait to meet everyone in person. It's the first time that I'm going to be live for forever, it feels like. So I'm really, really excited to meet everyone in person as well. And Lucretia, I don't know if there's anything that you want to add before we wrap everything up.
Um, yes, I would like to appeal to those of you, maybe all of you, who think that they know human design. Like I have had the course, I had a reading, I read the book, and we fall very easily into this trap that because we have the information in our heads, that we can just like that apply it into life. Actually, it doesn't quite happen like that. I think we all have this experience in our lives. So, one of the main reasons this festival is being put together is to really be in a process of embodiment. Like each lecture, because we have two events, we have a festival with lectures and workshops, and we have also the immersion with Holiday Hunt, like two live events taking place simultaneously. And the festival is actually also intended to have part lecture and part embodying exercise. So we are really going into this deep process of learning through your own experience. which is priceless, I would say, and also to be recognized, to be seen as who you truly are. This is what happens in these festivals. Like if you're a projector or generator, you're being asked questions. If you're a projector, you're being invited. It's like you're really seen, recognized, and this is like to really sink in into your own truth. And yeah, this is, I would say, the ultimate pleasure of it all. So yeah, I
I
can't
love
wait.
For
it.
somebody who is in a difficult times in their life and doesn't know what direction to take or just needs support, this might be something to share with them. So would you like to please do share with your communities, and we would love to welcome more people, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I cannot wait. It is going to be an incredible experience. And like Lucretia was just saying, it really is about also the embodiment of this work. And not only that, knowing how to connect and work with others as well, because there's a big BG5 element to it, which oftentimes people think of BG5 as just the business aspect, but it really is also how we connect, how we collaborate, and how we work together as individuals to maintain our individuality while also connecting and working with each other in a very deep way. So this has been amazing. Again, a huge, huge thank you again to Bambaji and Blanca for being our guests today. Again, a huge thank you to Veronica and Lucretia for everything that you're putting together. And as if you are here live in our Zoom room, we would love to see as many of you as possible. So if you could turn on your cameras just for this last piece, just so that we can see everyone, we would love to see as many of you as possible. So please turn on your camera so we can see everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It has been an absolute amazing discussion. Again, thank you to everyone that is here live. Look forward to seeing you at the festival, whether it be live, hopefully, or also online. So it's been fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye, we will sign off for today and we'll see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.
And thank you,
Bye.
Thank you and
Thank
goodbye.
you.
Thank
Karen.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Karen.
host.
Love your
Bye.
energy. Thank you for this evening talk.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye. Thank you very
everybody.
much.
Bye.
So.
Also, the recording.
Mhm.